I need to make it known too. I don't know if I've said it on your pod. If I didn't have a vote this past year, I decided not to. I would have voted Shea MVP.
Ooh, that is spicy. That's a spicy take right there.
I know people say that, but is it though?
I mean, yeah. I mean, when was
We
the last time a team under 500 won the MVP?
right, I
It's
agree, but we need
probably
to like,
like 1950s or something.
but we need to put it into context. Like that's what I don't understand is like, why is it always go to the best player on the best team or whatever? I understand, like I get that, but
Yeah.
like the Thunder, with all due respect, I don't know if they win 23 games if Shea's not there. And you could say the same thing if they put Giannis in OKC, right? But it's
Yeah.
not the situation. Shea played at a top 10 level to the point where a team that most people projected to be, if not at the dead end of the NBA standings, very close
Yeah.
into a play-in team. Like, how is that not most valuable player, like at its essence?
I think that's a totally fair take. I don't think that will ever catch on for voters, but
I know it won't.
I do think it's fair because he was I think you're right that they probably are a 23 to 26 win team with the cast of characters that they have outside of
Yeah,
Shea.
yeah,
And it's because they're young. Like it's just like with the Pistons. Like it's
yeah. It's
just
just
they're
it is what it is.
young
Yeah, it's the
players lose
situation.
games. Like
Right.
that's like period the end. Young
Yes.
players lose games.
They were
And Shea
damn near 500 as the youngest team in the league.
Yeah. And like Shea got COVID during like a
Yeah.
portion of the season
Right.
and missed
Yep.
like 10 days or something. And Kenrich Williams went out all in like this one moment where you thought the whole thing is just going to fall apart. And Shea comes back and like lifts them and they go on to the play and win a play in game
Yes. I forgot
too.
about that, that they actually won one. Yeah.
And they won a play in game on the back of Shea, who was just unbelievable down the stretch
I,
of that game against the Pelicans. Like, yeah, I think it's
we
fair.
need
I
more
think,
voters with a little more cojones. I'm being serious.
oh
Like
yeah, well, that won't happen either.
Shea, Shea single-handedly, not single-handedly. He for the Thunder to do what they did, he needed to go from a top 35 player to a top 10 player, and he did that. Like he was
Yeah.
a one of the 10 best players in the NBA last year. I don't,
Yeah.
and nobody should argue me with that.
Yeah. He was all
How
NBA
was that?
first team. Yeah.
How was that not the epitome of the most valuable player? Like nobody was more valuable. I look at it like this: if you replace Jokic with, I don't know, I can't play that game because do you think the Nuggets, say Jokic misses the whole season, is there a world where the Nuggets still make the playoffs in your eyes?
I think they make a play in if
Okay,
like Jamal
right,
and PJ are healthy. Like
right,
those guys are really good. Aaron Gordon too,
right.
really good player.
I look at it like this, and you could say like, well, you put Giannis on the OKC. Okay, if you take Shea off this OKC team, we're talking about Wembanyama or Brandon Miller or Scoot right now,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
I,
And I
I
thought like for the record, I thought that they were heading for like the fifth pick
right.
in last year's draft before the
Mm-hmm.
season started. Like 5 to 8 is kind of where I
Yeah,
thought they would be picking.
and they won a playing game. Like Shay, I'm sorry, I turned down my vote. I don't like voting because I wanted to do it once. I did it once. I don't
Yeah.
like voting because it's attached. There's monetary attachments to it. I cover one team. I don't get to watch everybody all the time. Uh, I don't want to like miss things, but Shay, I'm just wanting to let you know if you're listening to this, I would have voted for you first for MVP if I had kept my vote last year.
But listen, with somebody that does have cojones and has some integrity, maybe you should be a voter. You should take that into account as well.
I thought about this the other day actually because I was watching Shay highlights, or I was watching Shay in not highlights, the Canada.
Yeah, yeah.
What would the bet? Do you think I would have got like blasted on social media if I voted for Shay?
By some, yes, and you would be a king here. I mean, you would never pay for a
I need
meal
to
ever again when you came to OKC.